1.
Alrighty, we are recording. We are good to go. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's up?
Nah, not too much.
Welcome back, guys. You're back with another episode
of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast.
Do you want to keep this recording?
Let's fucking keep it. Show them how goddamn professional we are.
I flipped up over my words.
It's all the fucking thicket you've been sipping on lately. No, but yeah, this is a non-guest episode. We'll tell you that right off the bat.
Original cast only.
Original
no
cast,
Ginger-Shawn.
no Ginger-Shawn. So, but that being said, before we had started this podcast, I talked to him on the phone, and he said, you know, apologize, he couldn't make it today. He said, can you do me 2 favors? Just talk about 2 topics for me. So I was like, all right. He said, Star Wars, obviously. I couldn't think of anything to, no news about Star Wars. So I just want to say the last 3 movies fucking sucked. That's all I got to say.
Hey, 100%. I'm right there with you, man.
Okay, appreciate that. And to be honest with you, I don't know what the other thing was, but I just want to emphasize the fact that the last 3 Star Wars movies sucked. So shout out to Ginger-Shawn.
What I want to say right before we start the episode is that our last episode, Kanye's Canon, did exceptionally well for us.
It has, actually. It's in the last 3 days, it's already surpassed our previous episode that we had.
A little bit of a round of applause for us. Like, we did
fucking
it.
Pat yourself on the back.
We fucking did it a little bit there.
Let's get it.
It was definitely a really good episode. People were fucking digging it, man.
No, I got so much fucking good response about that one. Yeah, and like I said, normally we get done with an episode and we're both like kind of like,
and we're both super on the fence about it. Whenever we finish an episode, we are always on the fence about it. Like, oh, I don't know, that one's kind of. But then we'll put it out and we'll go, oh, this is actually good. It had a lot of good moments in it. But whenever there's an episode that we record, and at the end of it, we go, dude, that shit was fucking amazing.
Yep.
We nailed it so hard. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to put this out there. That's when we know. That's when we fucking know
and that
we
got
it,
of
that
them.
we fucking did it. We nailed it super fucking hard. So we know for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, for those of you who don't know or don't remember, that episode was a re-recording because we lost the original audio.
One, yeah. And actually, we had that conversation too, because that was not the first time that we've ran into that issue of losing a whole episode and have to redo it.
The frustration.
Oh, dude, it is fucking infuriating. But the good side of that is every time that we've had that happen to us, the re-recording ends up being 10 times better, not,
Way
more.
Better.
It just, we are able to kind of reflect on what we had already said. And then also, like, we always have this issue where we get done with the podcast, like, fuck, dude, I completely did not even say this big topic that has something to,
It's like when you get into an argument with somebody and like,
the walk
20 minutes later, you're just like, fuck, you think of all of the things you could have said to them and you get so mad. Whenever we get to re-record an episode, it always comes out so much better.
No, for sure.
The thing is, though, that it's obviously like, if that was the case, we would just do that with every episode. But so much of what we do here is just on the spot,
right?
No thinking about it, just saying whatever comes to us in that moment. You know what I mean? So it's not like we can just do every episode and then re-record it and make it fucking perfect, because it would lose that. You know what I mean? The whole point to why we don't
feel to it.
Yeah, we don't want to like over prepare for this. You know what I mean? We want to give the best possible product, obviously, guys, but we don't want to make it seem like it's so formulated that we're not being our authentic selves.
Well, and then that's also something we kind of talked about too when we first were, starting the podcast. We had it really formulated, like, this is how we're going to do it. This, and that.
I built us a whole chart.
Yeah, a little chart.
I made us a whole chart.
Visual,
that
it was pretty dope though. But
it's good.
It really
I still have it. I have the chart and everything.
But yeah, and we kind of realized the further on we went that the episodes where we were just kind of loose with it and just didn't really prepare and just like, we just got shit to talk about, ended up being not only the best received episodes, but just the best ones that we've done. It's just a lot of fun. And we get done with them like, yo, that was a fucking episode right there.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So I'm fucking excited. I'm hoping that we just keep going on this fucking train, keep riding this bitch out, and get to 100 views on one episode. That would be nice.
We start losing subscribers.
Yeah. we
start hemorrhaging fucking subscribers. My mom is like, unsubscribe. Everybody's unsubscribe.
We got an email from YouTube like, yeah, we know you're not monetized, but you actually owe us money now. It was a shit show.
Yeah, honestly, that last episode was great. Everybody's fucking loving it, and let's just keep going with it. Let's just do our best. One thing I will say though is people. I have heard this from people though, which is, why don't you guys do episodes like this more often? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like
good ones.
Yeah, right.
Why
aren't you guys funny more often? Like, what the fuck's going on with this bullshit?
We don't know either. We're trying.
Yeah. So, the whole idea of like find some topics that are interesting and talk about them. We do. Yeah. That's exactly what the podcast is. We find topics that we're interested in and we talk about them if we have stuff to say about them. Like Ginger-Shawn said to us today. He was like, guys, you guys should talk about the Ellen situation. And we both looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck do you have to... I don't have anything to say about fucking really Ellen. I don't give two shits about Ellen.
Not to be honest with you, neither do I. I mean, there's really... Like we discussed before we recorded the podcast or this episode, it just wouldn't make sense for us to comment on that just because we, for one, just don't give a fuck about it. I really, like, I've heard little things about it. Yeah,
even looking into it,
today was the first time I looked into it.
I don't care. Okay, maybe she's a shitty person. Maybe she's a shitty boss. Like, the story's not that interesting. It doesn't have enough meat on its bone for me to personally have some type of impassioned thoughts on it. Right, you know what I mean? To where I can go, yeah, we could talk about this for like 15, 20 minutes. What the fuck am I going to say about Ellen for like 20 fucking minutes?
I did like Dory.
Start talking about her pubes. Like, what do you think her pubes are shaped like? I don't know. Maybe it's a star. It's her initials.
Definitely a heart.
It's just ED.
Who's Ed? Yeah, her fucking wife comes in one day. Who the fuck is Ed? It's ED, Ellen DeGeneres, or erectile dysfunction.
I was just thinking that, dude.
But I do have a topic that we can talk about that I think you would love to talk about.
Hit me, baby.
So I know you are been on your way of collecting your TikTok degrees. Yeah. And I'm sure we kind of talked about that maybe like a week ago. Trump was talking about pretty much just banning it in the U.S. completely.
It's going, apparently.
I was reading a little bit on it before we started, actually. So he went back on that statement and said he's not going to ban it in the U.S., but it has to be bought by a U.S.
company.
Yeah. So Microsoft was thrown in the mix a little bit.
I heard something about that. Yeah, I did hear something about that.
But I just want to read the quote, though.
From Trump?
Yeah, so...
Fantastic.
He said...
Wait. Let me get ready for this.
All right, yeah. Okay, get ready. You good? You good?
All right, okay. Go ahead.
So he says, I don't mind if, whether it's Microsoft or someone else, a big company, a secure company, a very American company buys it, said Trump.
Imagine he's like a very American company. You know, like Nintendo or Sony.
Yeah. Those good old ones. Kawasaki.
Toshiba. Yeah.
Mitsubishi's in the mix. I just thought it was funny that he just, emphasized the very American company. So, yeah, so I don't think he's going to ban it. I know I've read a little bit, I guess. The company that does own TikTok right now is trying to shuffle some things and sell it. But they pretty much like Trump just pretty much like strong-armed him. Like, y'all fucking sell this shit to an American company or it's banned. And they already lost India, which was a huge demographic for them. Yeah. So, and I'm sure the United States is one of the biggest, populated things on TikTok. So we're all a bunch of fucking retards. So of course,
whoa.
I mean,
don't go insulting my TikTok brethren over here, man.
I'm sorry.
This is where I learn all my knowledge from.
So what degree did you get this week?
I'm a marine biologist now.
With a minor in astrophysics. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, actually, I learned about like new kinds of space people, children who are space people. So maybe we're all space people. That's all I've got to say about that. I love how you burped right into you prepared the mic for that one.
I did. I had to adjust the fucking
degenerate over here. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of scientists, the other day I was
this should be good.
Yeah, this is not a TikTok scientist statement, so we don't know how real it is.
Yeah.
Just disclaimer right there.
Can we submit this to TikTok? Maybe they can fact check it for us.
That actually is a good idea.
We'll send it to our favorite TikTok scientists.
But I was I think folding laundry or doing something in the living room.
Don't fucking bullshit me. You weren't doing anything.
I know. I was just sitting on the fucking couch, and the news was on.
You're confused. I think I was folding my daughter.
Just origami style.
Changing my laundry.
Who knows?
That's how little you do. You just mix up all the fucking chores.
Yeah. I mean,
I was brushing my lawn.
My lawn, yes.
Trimming my teeth.
Hey. We don't talk about that, bro. That's a serious fucking...
You gotta file down your fucking teeth.
Dude, just thinking about that is
It
fucking hurts.
yeah.
No, fuck that. No, but anyways, it was just a random news thing that cycled through, and it was saying scientists have found a metal-eating bacteria.
I saw something about that.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck? So at first I thought how terrible that would be.
The Iron Giant.
Dude. But like, seriously, like I could definitely see China or Russia militarizing that in some sense, or weaponizing it and just fucking destroying everything.
Yeah, Russia definitely.
But I mean, there's a lot of
metal in any of their infrastructure. It's all just made out of bones and shit.
I'm pretty sure that's
bones
how it
and cement.
Just slap a
what if that's 90% of the
fibulas?
people that listen to our podcast are Russian? They're like, it is true.
It is very true. Bones and cement.
Bones and cement.
That's what the episode of this.
Bones and cement.
Bones and cement. There you go.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to that. And our fucking ice water. No drinks today.
We're going
That's
healthy.
One thing Sean does bring to the table.
He provides the alcohol, that's for sure, yeah.
His butthole and alcohol. Usually in the other
Whenever
order.
we would throw parties, yeah, he would bring like something. He would also always stay afterwards and help clean up, which was fucking...
That's always nice to have.
That's always cool,
someone to do that, because
90%
of people fucking bounce.
Yeah.
So quick.
I definitely try and do that too. Like if you're gonna invite me to a party and some shit, like, and you're a good friend of mine. If you're somebody I don't know, if my friend is the friend you invited and I just came along,
yeah, I'll put my shit away, but I'm not gonna like help you.
I'll take one of your bottles when you're not looking.
Upper deck this fucking toilet.
I'll upper deck your bullshit.
No. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. I mean, there's a lot of really bad things that could obviously happen with that, but then there's a lot of good shit too. Because I know I was reading another random article that was non-related, but they were talking about like all the junk, the tons of space junk that's just in our fucking orbit from, rockets, satellites, and all that shit. And it's like crazy amounts that you can't even think about. And so something like that would be good in that sense, because I know they've always been talking about a way to retrieve that shit, but it's just too expensive and just not worth the, I guess, time and money for it. But that'd be a good alternative. But I'm just in the back of my mind, I've seen too many
scientists on it.
Dude, it might be your best idea. I think TikTok
I'm gonna get my top people on
your
this
top
one.
talks.
I'm gonna send them to NASA. My top talks.
Can we talk about
you?
Talk about science.
You, and you.
You're the fucking top 5, number 5, some chick that just twerks and tells you Bill Nye facts. Just fucking, That's fucking.
Dude,
that's
you know
beautiful.
Felicia? You follow Felicia?
I fucking love Felicia. I was there when she had 5 subscribers.
Dude, who was there when we had 5 subscribers?
Pretty much everyone.
Who was there for us, dude?
Pretty much everyone. We're only got like 6 now, but
I want to remember who the fuck was there for us when we had. Dude.
What's up?
Did you hear about Dan Bilzerian?
Uh-uh.
You haven't heard anything about this? I don't know if it's completely fact checked or not now, but apparently, wait, you know who Dan Bilzerian is?
No.
Okay, so for those,
it sounds very familiar.
I'm sure you've seen him, heard of him, all of that shit. He's that guy. For those of you who don't know, he's that guy that is super jacked, fucking thick ass like beard, is always got like crazy like fucking like models around him. He's on yachts and shit all over Instagram and stuff like that. That dude, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience like maybe a couple of months ago or something like that. Maybe that's
why I know the name. Then I probably saw it on one of his episodes.
One of those guys. He's like a super bro dude. Like he's fucking like huge. He looks like the Hulk as a white guy.
Brosive.
And like, yeah, he's always just got like 30 models like partying with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, surprise, surprise. It came out that this guy's been lying about like all his money and stuff like that. He's been like, I guess he's been like siphoning money from his actual like company, like his weed business.
Oh shit.
To like pay for like his like jet setting lifestyle and stuff like that. And like he's been over representing how much his company is worth and how much they're earning and stuff like that.
Bullshit.
He's pulling a Kylie Jenner essentially.
Oh, he's getting his lips injected.
Yeah.
Good call.
He's doing a balls injection. I want to get real meaty, fucking thick ass nuts.
Oh, how are you gonna do your little butt trick then? Your little fucking, was it your America's Got Talent fucking video?
Perfect. Yeah.
I fucking that still haunts me to this day.
Anybody who wants to see this video of this guy shitting his balls out of his ass,
that's the only way to describe it.
Hit me up. I will send you this fucking video. It's a masterpiece. I'm enamored by it. I see it when I sleep. It's beautiful. It's like what people must have seen when they saw the Sistine Chapel like finally finished. Like, that's how I feel. The lead up to it is brilliant too, because the way the video starts is it's just a empty like fucking room. There's no one in frame.
It's like a bathroom or something. I think
it's a bathroom.
Yeah.
And then you just see, and then all of the sudden, like a shooting star shooting across the night sky, like this beautiful stream of light. It
was elegant.
You see this guy's ass just flop into frame, and then he bends over slightly, not all the way, slightly, very slight bend.
Enough to see though.
And then you just go, what?
You see something for like half a second, and it throws you off.
Looks like he's shitting out a baby. Like, it's just like, what? You're so confused.
You remember that scene from Ace Ventura when he's popping out of the fucking rhino? That's kind of what I like envisioned.
That's exactly what it is.
It was yeah, I remember the first time you showed me that. Holly was even here. You showed her that, and her reaction was about the same as mine. Why? What the fuck is this?
Dude.
It haunts me to this day, bro.
Anyways, that whole Dan Bilzerian guy, Bilzerian, however the fuck you say his name is, I don't know why it was a big surprise to everybody that these fucking influencers are full of shit and they lie about how much money they make and stuff like that. Whoa, fucking shocking, right? What do you mean? These internet personalities are lying to me about how much money they make?
That's another thing too. Like, I fucking hate the term like influencers. Like, that's an actual fucking thing.
It's so fucking lame.
It's dumb as fuck, dude.
It's so lame.
And the thing is too that irritates me even more. The more that I think about it is, technically we would probably be, you know, lopped into that category of influencers, just doing the podcast and shit like that, which is not the case at all. I can give a fuck about all of you guys. That's a fact. Just kidding. Love you, Mom.
But we start like using it. You know, they always say like use your influence for like be responsible with it. Make sure your audience is doing the right thing. Like, we just start telling them like terrible things to do. Like, don't use birth control. Just get as many abortions as you can possibly afford.
Birth control's fake. It's a government thing. So are pigeons. Not a real thing. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Exactly.
Dude.
I had this conversation with my brother Daniel yesterday.
Were you both high?
I mean, I was. I don't know about him. I brought it up jokingly though, because like he was giving me shit. No, he was giving me shit about my daughter's having her second birthday at the end of the month, and we're not having a huge party. It's just a few people. But he was just giving me shit. He's like, you know, the coronavirus is real, right? I'm like, no, dude, that's a government thing. It's made up. I was like, pigeons, made up, not even a real thing. Government. They put cameras in it. I was like, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Rest my case.
Brilliant.
I fucking
you beat that one. You got him there.
Oh yeah, it's you know, can't debate it, can't win.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything, sweetie.
Have you heard about this?
The word of Jesus.
What is it? Is it XFL?
I was actually that's so fucking funny. I swear to God, I was about to bring that up.
Okay, because I have no idea what it is. Okay, and obviously, you knowing sports and stuff like that, you'll have something to say about this. But I wanted to find out, what the fuck is this? What the hell does it mean? What does it have to do with The Rock? And
everything.
What does it have to do with us becoming potential investors?
So the XFL is the Extreme Football League. So So, you know,
and did somebody's 12-year-old son come up with the name for their league?
Just about. So the previous owner of this was Vince McMahon.
The Super Duper Football League.
Yeah, it was Vince McMahon, the guy that does the wrestling shit. Yes, so that's why it's so extravagant. But what it is, it's
Can you imagine if all the football players come out like it's the fucking like WWE?
Oh God.
Like they come out like Macho Man Randy Savage,
and they're
like they all
suits.
have things. Like I was just thinking like a feathered boa, like around your neck.
Someone just tackles him and chokes him with it.
Listen here,
brother.
I'm gonna score. I'm gonna get in there.
I'm gonna get
past the defense,
and then you get in your ass.
I'm gonna run 50 yards.
That would be fucking terrible. It actually is kind of cool though. So what it is, it's it's football, tackle football. Yeah, I mean it's its own league. Yeah, so they had brought it. It was like maybe 1999 when they first brought it out. It was only around for like a year. No, it was only around for like a year.
Okay.
And then Vince McMahon brought it back again this year, and it was doing really well. And then the coronavirus hit and fucked everything up.
Yep.
But essentially, it's like football, like street football. Like you could there's a lot more things you can get away with as far as like tackling. There's like, you know, nowadays in football,
isn't football kind of like dangerous enough though?
It is, but not really. I'm gonna say this now. It's become a little bitch league. You know, like you can't really tackle anymore. You can't really do a lot of these things.
You can't tackle anymore.
Basically,
what are you supposed to do?
Just
tag.
No. You just tell them really mean, negative things, and they just fall down.
You go, hey, he's got the ball.
Just make fun of him, and then they have to go. Yep. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. I watched a few of the highlights for all the games, and it was really good because there's a lot of players that had either like made it into the NFL but never made a team. They're kind of just on like the practice squads, or people in college that never got drafted. So it was like really talented people that just didn't make the NFL.
Right.
But a lot of after it collapsed, you know, because of the coronavirus, a lot of the stars from that actually ended up in the NFL, so that was kind of a cool thing.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
So like I hadn't heard anything about it for a while until literally today, where I saw this article pop up, and it said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just along with like 3 other investors had purchased the XFL for $15 million.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit. So
and I have to say, if anyone should buy it, I do think it like makes sense that it would be The Rock. Like,
I mean, that's his brand, you know, extreme. So it fits him perfectly.
For one thing, what you said, it was started by Vince McMahon, right?
Right. He's a
so I mean, he was a part of the whole wrestling.
This is true.
His family is a family of wrestlers and stuff like that, all the way back to his grandfather or great grandfather. I can't remember, but and his fucking dad. But and then also he played professional football in Canada.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know he played.
He went to university here in.
He went to Miami. I know that.
Yeah,
he had that
Florida.
knee injury and fucked everything up.
But he didn't get drafted into the NFL. But he got drafted up there in Canada.
Okay.
So he played. He played. Yeah. I don't know why I know this. But like,
TikTok.
You have some weird like thing with The Rock.
Random knowledge.
Like, yeah. No, but yeah, he played a little bit professionally up there.
That's pretty dope.
Interesting enough, right?
Yeah. So
well,
he's
if
fucking.
Anyone should buy it, I think it makes sense that he would. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I think it's a really good move. I honestly think he has the star power to kind of bring people aren't necessarily even
because
football
me
fans.
As a person who doesn't know anything about like fucking sports or anything like that. Well, for one thing, I'll say I don't know a single fucking person in terms of like who is in charge of the NFL. Yeah. I could not name you one fucking person, and I don't think most football fans could either. You know what I mean? So it pays to have that kind of personality so fucking heavily attached.
For sure.
Obviously, it could be a downfall if anything ever happens, like he gets into a scandal or something like that. They're fucked so hard. Yeah. No, they're gonna have to cut ties like Papa John's did, and they're gonna replace him with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, fuck Shaquille O'Neal and his Papa John pizza. Before I get to that, I want to say no. What's gonna happen is he is gonna get in some type of trouble. We're calling it now. But he's gonna be like, no, that was The Rock. I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'm Dwayne Johnson. That was The Rock that touched that girl in her pussy.
He's like, I've had a couple of head traumas, guys. I've got multiple personalities.
Can you smell? He's like, I was having.
I can't even finish it.
Yeah, not coma. Fuck stroke. I was having a stroke.
I was having a coma. I was having a coma.
Bones and concrete. All right. So yeah, no, I thought that was interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. I haven't really seen anything else news-wise on that.
Good luck to everybody in there. How many teams is it? Is it like a full league like the NFL? Like
it wasn't. It's not as big as it wasn't as big as NFL. It was just like I think there was probably I want to say 10 or 12 teams, so probably like half the size of the actual NFL league.
I mean, but I guess then it's much more of a personal thing, like,
right?
There's way too many fucking teams in the just in professional sports in general.
We got like 30 in Florida alone.
I can't name any of these fucking things. There's so many.
You can't name them, or you cannot pronounce them.
Yeah, right. I can't spell the word football. I feel like a football player right now. I can't spell the sport I play.
I play that sport. I don't know.
Take it easy. No, seriously, I do think it has the potential to be this like much more personal situation where like it's more easy. I don't know. It's more accessible to people, like to be able to go, oh, that's my team, that's my player, that's my guy right over there. I know exactly
and that was
who
actually
it is.
more what it was like.
Where I think is like so much more of a problem with like things like bringing someone who doesn't watch sports into watching the NFL. There's so many teams. How the fuck am I supposed to pick between like 40 something teams to be like, oh, I want to root for them? Like if you brought me to a game and you were like, this is my favorite team, me as a person who doesn't like sports, what am I going to do? I'm going to look at them and I'm going to go, okay, are they doing good by my own standards of what I think athletes should be able to do, even though I don't know the rules of the sport, right? And then I'm going to be like, okay. And then do I like the color of their uniforms?
Dude, that's actually funny.
All it comes down to.
When I was in Kansas, one of my coworkers, so we played like fantasy football every week.
Right.
It was just not even fantasy football. We just did picks. And whoever won, like it was like $5. It wasn't nothing big. But one of the guys, like 3 weeks into the season, is like, yo, hey, I want to join. Can I join? We're like, yeah, sure. So he didn't tell us. He knew nothing about football at all. He never watched the game, didn't give a fuck about it. He just wanted to be part of the little fucking group thing. So what he ended up doing was the way he picked his like every week's games, he would like say it was like the Eagles versus the Detroit Lions. He'd be like, all right, so in real life a lion would probably eat the fuck out of the Eagles. Like, so I guess the Lions are winning this week. And this motherfucker ended up being like the best fucking player.
I remember when I was in high school, my mascot for my high school was the Chargers. Ooh. So it's just a fucking lightning bolt.
That's super cool.
And then
we were the Cowboys.
Our rival, you guys would get fucked by us.
Fucked by lightning.
So our rivals were the Hurricanes. And I'm like, how the fuck can you like pick who's stronger in a fight between? So then you have to start going to like collateral damage. You're just like, well, we live in Florida, so we kind of know the damage that happens with. And you're just like, well, I don't know, my uncle was hit by lightning and he was all fucked up for the rest of it. Like, so it just turns into this. Oh, shit. It's like trying to figure out who would win in a fight between Superman and Goku, and you're just going back and forth, like naming things. You're like, well, in chapter 32, like Goku learned this new power, and then you're like, all right, too much.
You think Goku's low-key gay? I mean,
he's got kids, man.
It's a cover up, dude. His whole fucking journey, he's just looking for these magic balls. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is your whole thesis on Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
this is the plot of Dragon
thesis.
Ball. You're just
I broke it down.
Pride Month. Yes. Actually, dude, let's do a video where we expose like completely straight characters, but we make like expose videos on how they're gay.
TMZ style, just fucking comment there. Fucking, oh, that'd be perfect.
Goku, do you want to address the allegations? What about this picture? And it's like completely photoshopped, like ridiculously terrible job.
It's like suck and sell off. Can we get that someone
it's like
to
him
do
and
that?
Piccolo?
Oh, God.
See, looks like you're blowing on his Piccolo. All right, guys. We're done. No.
This is it. We're fucking done.
We're fucking over it.
There was actually something I did see. So I don't know, especially now since the whole like Corona bullshit and everyone's pretty much been locked in their house. A lot of movies that were supposed to be in theaters, that they just kind of been releasing it, instantly on different, platform or like Netflix or Hulu and shit. And there was a lot of back and forth between like the movie theaters and the like the streaming people, because the movie theaters were going to be losing a lot of money,
yes,
and all that shit. So they finally came to an agreement where the movies will still be released in theater, but only for like after 17 days, so 3 weekends essentially. Then they could put it out on like streaming shit. So they still get those 3 first opening weekends, which is typically like the highest.
That's honestly a really good agreement.
Yeah,
I really like the fact.
And they still get a little percentage of the streaming. Getting a
kickback.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a win-win for everyone, honestly.
That's probably the best scenario you can hope for. Honestly,
oh no, for sure.
Because movie theaters have been losing money
on the decline for a while, even before the pandemic.
Years now, fucking years. People have been so much so on the the only time you really ever really see movie theaters super packed like fucking crazy to where it's ridiculous and you're like, Jesus, this is a pain in the ass. The Hunger Games, exactly. Yeah. What was that fucking shitty movie? Divergent. Yeah, Divergent.
I never even watched those
Shailene
ones.
Woodley. Divergent. Secret Life
that's what I think
the
about
American
that.
Teenager. It's terrible show.
Yeah.
Now, so basically, things when like Avengers comes out, and, like Star Wars, those big blockbuster things that like,
but I think
people can't miss. Like Fast and Furious.
In space.
Yeah.
This year.
No, honestly,
Jason,
like
first the
that's the
Leprechaun.
only time though, right? Like other times you go there and you're just like, oh, it's like barely doing anything. You know, they've got a bunch of empty theaters.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've gone and seen movies
Which is you.
where like theaters are completely empty before.
It's the best.
Like when I saw Isle of Dogs.
What movie?
Isle of Dogs?
Never
saw it? Okay.
Pretty good?
Oh, it's a really good movie. Yeah.
What like genre would it be?
What genre? Comedy, I suppose. It's also like a stop motion, I think. Stop motion film from a couple of years ago. I'm trying to, let me see if I can find it. Isle of Dogs.
Oh no.
Did I just cut out my
Yeah, you exit out.
Well, I'm gone, guys.
That's fine. He'll come back. No, Sean, come back. Well, hopefully he comes back. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, we're good. We are fucking golden. And dude, I'm so surprised because normally if we have an issue with the video, it's fucking gone. Done. Okay. While you do that, I wanted to talk about another sports-related thing.
Oh, wait. Oh. Before we get off this topic of Isle of Dogs, yeah, you know the director Wes Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just this movie about like how Japan like bans all of its dogs to go live on like this separate. I think it's Japan. It might be the whole world, but they ban all of the dogs.
I thought they eat them. Oh, this is not real world.
Stuff. Yeah. It's completely fiction,
and that makes sense.
So they ban them to go live on like this island that they make, and they just like leave them behind. It's like this whole nefarious plot. But this boy loves his dog, so he travels there in a little rocket.
It's a little Bert Kreischer. He really loves those dogs.
That's fucking good. So he travels there and he meets these dogs and they go on this crazy adventure, blah 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 blah. Anyways, it's a good movie. It's really heartfelt. But there was literally like 5 fucking people in the theater.
Oh shit.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. No, but yeah, movie theaters have been on the decline for years. You know what I mean? It only makes sense that we would be doing this because I know that when they released that Trolls movie,
oh yeah,
like there was that huge fucking upset. Like I think it was AMC was like,
that's
they told I think Universal or DreamWorks or whoever owns Trolls, they were like, go fuck yourselves. We're never gonna play any of your movies in our theaters again. And I was just thinking to myself, that's the last thing you want to be saying to like these companies right now.
Because they're like you said, they're on a trend where it's like literally movie theaters. You
think they give a fuck?
No,
you think they care?
They're still
like honestly, they put it on digital and they made so much fucking money on that.
It was So I mean, in their point of view, it's like, why have the middleman cut you out, bitch?
Exactly. At a certain point, it's gonna get to that place where like movie theaters are such a niche thing that you're only going to see them very rarely.
Yeah.
They will. I think our generation is going to be the last one to where you see people going to them so frequently. And even now it's died down a lot.
I think you're
because
right.
It's not as much as when we were kids, you know what I mean? Where like you would see way more people at the movie theater and stuff, or even at a drive-in, which rarely exists anymore.
I honestly think when we talked about this before too, I think like your normal movie theaters are going to kind of die out, and drive-in theaters are going to be coming back a little bit more.
I think so, but I think they're going to modernize them.
Oh yeah,
they kind of have like that old school thing going for them, and it doesn't necessarily. It's a fun experience once in a while, but it's not good enough for me to go back there.
Yeah, for every time.
Unless they were going to like start really like working on some stuff. Like I hate the whole radio thing. Yeah, like you have to like tune it to a specific thing so that you can listen.
And there's a lot of people there. Like the radio waves are like it's like all staticky.
There's always fucking mosquitoes. If you want to leave your window open so that you can hear the movie just like audio instead of doing the radio thing and killing your car battery so that you get stuck there and then have to call a tow truck to tow your ass home, then you got to get eaten up, or you got to buy a bunch of bug spray, or you got to get a disposable like little fucking like hand radio or something.
Yeah, I think that's what you were saying last time.
All of these things are fucking annoying. So honestly, I think I agree. They're totally like there's gonna be like a resurgence of those. And I just think they need to modernize them though to kind of keep up with the times.
No, for sure. And
people
are
going to start going back to them, but like if you want to sustain that business, you've got to like work to your audience, you know.
Right.
And with this new generation of people, like everything is like now. We need it now. Everything right now. So yeah.
Everyone's got that fucking ADHD shit. Just fucking now, squirrel. No, but another thing I wanted to bring up. Sports related, and this is something you can comment on because I know you like we talked about you do like
so much about sports.
Yeah, you're like an encyclopedia. But like combat sports, you are into those. like the MMA, UFC, all that shit.
Yeah.
So have you seen Mike
Johnny
Tyson
Depp versus Amber Heard?
Of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard? That was a fucking one for the ages. I really want to see Elon versus Johnny Depp. That's the fucking ticket right there. That would sell pay-per-view.
Have you heard the newest thing about them? We haven't talked about them at all since our first 2 episodes on them, which guys are great episodes.
They are.
They're super informative. You get our own opinions. You get our own personal stories with dealing with domestic violence. You also... we give you our thoughts and opinions on stuff. We also go over the audio track between the two of them. We break down some of the conversations that they make, and we make our own counterpoints to what's being said in them.
That bitch is dumb.
I definitely recommend going and watching those 2 episodes. I think they're like episode 13 and 14.
Yeah, they're back to back. So it's labeled part 1
Johnny
and part
Depp versus Amber Heard. Yeah, part 1, part 2. Both are really good, solid episodes. They're funny and they're super informative and entertaining. So,
and if you do, if you do listen to those, listen to them in order. It's a better experience. I mean, you can listen to second one first, whatever, but you'll really get the whole grasp of everything that we were discussing by listening part 1 first and then part 2.
I think what adds to it is that we do give like our personal experiences too. Like that really added to those episodes. So yeah, definitely check those out. But anyways, yeah, combat sports. What you got for me?
So did you see Mike Tyson came out of retirement?
Hell yeah.
And
Have you seen the fucking video?
Dude, that guy is a fucking beast. Oh my God. Dude, he's so scary.
I felt the fucking... I could feel his hips moving from the fucking video.
God.
He was like...
That guy looks like he fucking did not lose a step.
My joints hurt from him doing that. I felt like I was his age, and I was like, ow, I'm so fucking brittle. Are you kidding me? Dude, I honestly couldn't fucking believe that, dude.
No, it was fucking really, like, when I first heard that he was coming out of retirement, I was like, oh, come on, dude, don't do it. Because previously he's retired. He's been not in boxing shape. He got kind of heavy. He started losing a little bit of weight when he opened up his little weed farm thing. Yeah. Started getting back in shape a little bit. But, like, he is in fucking fighting form, dude. This dude looks like he's, like, fresh off. Like, he never quit. Like, you know what I mean? And his opponent's going to be Roy Jones Jr., which is another phenomenal fighter. Dude, so that's going to be a fucking really good fight. I
swear to God, I will pay money for this. I'm going to pay for this.
Oh, to watch that one? Yeah, no, definitely. That would be a good one to watch.
But here's the thing is, I don't want any of you near me. I'm going to watch it alone. I want to enjoy it. You're all going to detract from my enjoyment of this. Because I'm going to be jerking off without question.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to insult my fiance horrendously to her face. Like, imagine.
I love it. Just in the corner, just like you're like perched up on top of your fucking couch, no shirt on.
Your omelets are shit.
I fucking hate your potatoes. What if you like? Oh, actually, next time you're about to come when you're having sex with her, just shout that out.
Dude, I've been saying this for years. I always wanted to do like I always want to say funny shit when I'm in the middle of sex. Always forget it every single time. Every single time. It
happened to me with
whenever
Holly.
I've ever done it, it's always been by accident. It's always like I say something and it gets interpreted funny.
So the one time when I was in high school, my brother had walked in on me and my girlfriend at the time having sex. And
your
so
body pillow?
We were she was my body pillow. Fucking loved her. Don't talk shit about it. It was hard, when we had to put her through the wash that one time and she just didn't make it.
It's just a picture of like a Mexican dude selling oranges on the freeway.
Chicle, get your chicle.
Like now it's gum. Apparently, I said oranges.
It was always gum. But no, so we were under the blankets and he comes, barging into my room. So I just grab around her. I'm like, I don't know what to
choke
do.
her?
No, I'm not like just like holding her. I'm like,
I just fucking I put her in there.
I'm like, I love you.
Triangle hold, bitch.
And I had never said that to her before.
It'd have been funny if you did that and you were just like, you got to protect yourself at all times.
Kill him.
You let your guard down. You thought I was trying to fuck you.
This is
it's my self-defense class.
Yeah, welcome to my self-defense class. This is lesson number 1.
And
never let your guard down.
After you come, you're like, you owe me $50.
That's I'll mail that to you. I'll mail that to you. It's not covered under your
So what'd you do?
So yeah, I just like wrapped my arms around her, like I was hugging her, like being lovey with her. I was like, oh, I love you. And I was like, oh,
Did you?
Oh.
I got your face.
I did not love that moment. That is for sure. But you know, there was one time where now with Holly, where she actually is the one that said something funny right before I was about to come, and I was like, God damn it, why did you say it? Like, it ruined it for me so much. I was like, God damn it. So I never do it just because I know how fucked up it is, like, to be in the receiving end of it. So I'm just like, as funny as it would be, I was like, I couldn't do it.
All the momentum is gone. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's just like my dick went from that to woo.
It's like, you know that there's a very key time frame in between switching positions, right? Like, if you don't switch immediately, you lose your dick. Your dick is gone.
This is a fact.
And it's something that I just don't think girls get. Like, you know what I mean? You could be like, you can be like fucking Diamond Cutter, fucking beating it up. And then all of a sudden you're like, or you or her will be like, oh, let me turn over. Or she'll be like, oh, let me turn around. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Do your thing.
And you're like, hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry the fuck. Hurry up. Hurry up. And you're sitting there thinking like, okay, come on. Like, spread the fuck. Okay, now do this. Now, okay, now put your, all right, you want to get lower there, but you want to put this part up. Like, okay, all right, cool. No, wait, hold on. And you're like, hold on, wait. All right, but spread them further.
Yeah, and then the toes.
And you're like, God damn it. And you're just like, what's wrong? And you're like, Nothing. Nothing's wrong right now. Yeah, I'm totally fine. Just fucking don't look at me right now. Don't look at me.
Ed.
Just tell me how much you want it. Just tell me how much you want it. That's it. That's all I want to hear right now.
I don't want to look at you. Don't look at me. Just let me get this back. Get this. No, it is the fucking worst, dude. So yeah, that's I wouldn't. I mean, now that I think about it, though, I kind of want to get my revenge though. So I might do it like. Just go fucking like 120,000%. It's over 9,000, and then right before she does, I'm gonna be like, just go like this.
What I thought you meant was like you're gonna break into your ex-girlfriend's house from high school, like she's married with like 3 kids, and you just start fucking her husband. You're like, revenge.
That would be the worst revenge sex ever. It was.
You're like, I totally want to get my revenge, and then. Officer, to be honest with you, totally worth it.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fucking plot for Brokeback Mountain 2.
You call your brother, you're like, I did it. Now come bail me out.
Bail me out. What'd you do? I got my revenge.
Yeah, I fucking did it, man. You'll never believe.
So what else? What else is there talking? Oh, did you see the latest news with Dr. Dre?
No.
So his wife had filed for divorce.
Finally got a doctorate.
Yes, TikTok got him, hooked him up. He got that.
Dr. Dre on TikTok, and he got his doctorate.
Got his doctorate from TikTok. Thank you, Anastasia.
He's an epidemiologist.
He actually, he's very specific in what he does. Only toes. That's it. Though.
He's gonna start his own like porn site called Only Toes.
Only Toes. Dude, I'm sure that's a fucking porn site.
I bet you. I fucking 100% bet you. So his wife,
his wife had filed divorce a few weeks back, and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, she's about to make so much fucking money off this guy because he's worth a shit ton." And there was nothing, no public statement by him yet. And a few days ago, he came out and basically all he said is, "I got a prenup. She signed a prenup." So, yeah, I was like, "Damn." So she getting zip.
Is she stupid?
She might be. She might be, bitch. She might be. So yeah, I haven't seen any more details in it, but basically it looks like she probably assumed that there was not a prenup, I guess. I don't know how you forget that you signed it.
How long has he been married to this woman?
A while now.
How old is she? Is she much younger than him?
No, I think they're about the same age.
Oh, that's really fucking stupid.
I don't know. I mean,
unless she got like her own business ventures or some shit going on, but
I don't think so. I think she's kind of
shit. That's dumb.
Just Dr. Dre's wife or ex-wife.
Anyone who plans on getting married, if you're not, regardless of how much money you have or anything like that, you should be getting a prenup. That's ridiculous. Like, I don't care how much you love the person. I've already talked about this with my own fiance. I'm just like, we both agreed on getting a prenup because it's like, regardless of how much you love somebody,
shit can go south.
Stuff happens.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Life gets in the way, and like things don't always fucking work out.
You can ask my first 6 wives. They'll
you
tell
may
you.
Never. Yeah. Well, you can ask 5 of them. You can't find the 6th one.
I mean, what 6th one? There's no proof that we even were married. I was not in the state of Louisiana from
child
06
from
to
Mexico.
09. That's Sean. Come on now.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me like that.
No, but like honestly, like you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
No,
like
for
you should
sure.
always like have that preparation in place to take care of you.
So how'd you approach that with the next? You'd be like, so I'm gonna be really fucking famous, right? And really rich, and I don't want you to take my fucking money. I basically sat her down
and I slapped my phone out and I said, "This is how many subscribers we have."
And that was at the time when we only had 10.
This is our view count. I mean, I was like, you can see where we're going, and I just want to let you know, 6 months from now, I don't want TMZ taking pictures of me when I'm trying to get out of LAX and it's like.
It makes sense, man.
John, what's going on with the new episode? I'm like, So I was just like, let's just sign the paper. We'll get this done with, And
you put at the bottom, though, a blowjob was necessary to seal the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I've taught you well.
And then I had Sean come over and perform that blowjob.
Awesome. Honestly, dude, he is the new, what did we nickname him last week? What is something about his throat? The Throat King or
Throat King
might have been that. We're talking about how
it's the coolest anime character ever.
He actually, so as much as we shit on him, he does have a pretty cool superpower where he can unhinge his jaw.
I thought you were gonna say he can clear a room with a single fart.
That is very true. That is very true. He his gas would bring a tear to Hitler's eye. It's fucking
any newcomers to the podcast who don't know. You're Julian.
I am Julian.
I'm Sean.
You are Sean.
And then we also have Ginger-Shawn.
He's a guest every once in a while.
Yeah,
when he
comes in every once in a while. He's here,
Is he really here, though? Even when he's here?
Usually whenever he's here, something gets fucked up. He'll fuck up something.
That is actually very true. Every time he's here, it doesn't matter how many times we do, like, practice runs or, like, just make sure, like, all the programs are working before we start the episode. We'll be good, and then he'll start it, and then something will happen. He just got that fucking ginger juju. So, yeah, I guess we're back to talking shit about him. So, tune in. Next episode is just going to be us shit talking.
Remember when everyone was, like, coming at us with comments? They were just like, man, you guys really talk shit on this guy a lot. You must hate him or some shit.
But the funny thing about that is all the comments we get from our listeners are always them shitting on him. Yes. So, it just makes it that much funnier.
It's way funnier. I love that shit.
Yeah, some of those comments fucking had me going.
Oh, this was something I wanted to talk to you about.
What's that?
It's actually kind of concerning. So Washington successfully trapping and eradicating the first murder hornet colony.
Oh shit! So murder hornets are back. You heard it here.
So I saw this on trending and I was like, okay, it's kind of interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, we're only 2 months away from their mating season.
Oh, that's fucking fun.
If they don't contain and eradicate all of them, we're just gonna have this foreign infestation for the rest of eternity.
Fuck of these,
and they're fucking they're like this big.
Mm-hmm.
They're like bigger than your fucking eye. I saw it up against a ruler. It's like 2 inches fucking long.
No, it's definitely no fucking joke. Those things are scary looking.
You could load that into a fucking rifle and shoot it. That's how big those fucking things are. They're gigantic.
Don't tell them, don't keep saying how big they are, because then you're gonna make Ginger-Shawn think that his dick is big.
Yeah, 2 inches.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm fucking huge. You saw it, that murder hornet.
I really appreciate that you were able to bring that back around to insulting him.
I mean, I got
it's an art form, really.
It really is.
You make it look so easy. I love it.
And the best part is he's never gonna hear it.
He does not listen to the podcast.
Barely subscribed last week.
He edits the fucking episodes and he does not listen to the podcast.
Could you?
It's the best fucking thing ever.
We're gonna get like actual fans that are just like friends of him. And
what about
tell him?
What is it? XFL?
Yeah, XFL. Yeah,
the XFL Washington Murda Hornets.
That's got a ring to it.
There we go, baby.
We're calling it now. Baby. I'm gonna DM fucking Rock.
Do you think they'd allow for a team to have the word murder in its fucking title?
Only if you spell it with an A instead of ER.
Murda.
Yeah, you can't have the hard R.
Murda. We've learned that already.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, what if they just changed it to the Radskins?
Murda.
Like they're like, we're rad. Like
it's just like a fucking Kyle looking guy with the surfboard. Fucking with the Radskins, bro.
The Radskins.
It'd be better than the fucking
name
that
shell
they
necklace
have.
And a fucking
puka shell.
A Zoomies t-shirt.
Oh, of course. It's got to be Zoomies or what's that other fucking one starts with an H? I don't know. But yeah, no, that'd be better than the name that they currently have, which is fucking just
the Washington football team. I think we talked about it in the last episode.
Yeah, the Washington football team. I just can't. How do they come up to that? You know, well, let's just call ourselves the.
Maybe they should have picked a different sport. Team. We're the Washington soccer team. Like, we're really on top of this shit right now. Yep. We're really confusing them.
Progressive, very progressive. What else?
I swear, like, I don't know why they didn't just pick another racial slur. That would have been the best option.
Double down. That's the best way to do it. Oh my God,
did you see this? So this past Saturday, apparently, Saturn, Jupiter, and the moon were all aligned.
With Uranus?
He said that as he took a selfie too. He's like, with Uranus?
So what does that mean? It's just like a cool sight?
Well, no. What are you, fucking stupid or something? Like, what kind of question is that?
I'm not.
Don't you know any of the fucking like?
I don't.
Signs and stuff like that. Like.
Nope. Like asparagus and cashew. I think that's another one. If you're born from like this month to this month, you talk about
Were
those
those
ones?
Potentially your daughter's name? Asparagus,
and cashew. That's more middle names.
Potato skin,
potato salad.
Holly's like, are you just fucking hungry right now?
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, think about it. Potato salad.
Bitch. She's like, name our fucking daughter something useful. You stupid asshole.
No, she's actually getting mad at me now because I'm not coming up with the name for our second child.
Are you guys spitballing like stuff right now?
Well, we don't know the gender yet until next week.
Gender neutral, baby.
There you go. We're gonna call it Goku. No, so she keeps giving me names.
Can you at least slip middle name wise? Can you slip something in there to get by her? Do you think she'd notice anything? Like
maybe depending on what the name is. Like if it was something like that we knew, and she may not. Yeah, she won't know that one. But yeah, no, she keeps coming up with names, and she's like, "What do you think of that?" I'm like, "That's fucking stupid," and she gets so mad about it.
The eternal struggle.
And she's like, "You haven't given me any suggestions." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck it is gonna be yet, so why would I even come to that point?" But I don't even know how we got to that fucking subject.
Dude, I don't know, but like. I'm grateful. I know what my future kids' names are. We like made this. Oh yeah, because I hate the idea of naming my kids a name that they'll hate or a name that people will make fun of them for.
So Adolf.
That was top of the list.
Boy or girl, it doesn't matter. It was
Mussolini, Adolf. We had this thing.
Stalin was thrown around.
Lucifer was on the table for a while.
That's a pretty good one.
But yeah, because for me growing up. I spell my name S-E-A-N. Sean.
Yeah, like the normal way to spell it.
Sure, of course. But growing up in the neighborhoods that I grew up in, everyone's fucking mentally retarded in their brain holes.
Their brain holes.
So
that's probably what their problem is. They got holes in their brain. That's not a
from
not
the
a
maggots and shit flying around in there. No, so I legitimately would have teachers, people who were educated, went to college and everything like that. Reading out attendance sheets, going scene.
Have you seen Scene?
Scene Ramos, and I'm like, fuck are you? I'm like, no, what?
Even if okay, so logically, me as a person that would, if I saw that, and I wasn't for sure what it was, and have you ever heard anyone with the name Scene? No. You fucking haven't. That's not, because it's a made up fucking name.
Also, the thing to think about is like, there's so many famous people who have the exact same name as me. Sean Penn, Sean Paul.
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
This is true.
Dude, Sean Connery. What the fuck? There's so many people who spell it exactly the same.
People that spell it that way than the other way.
Dude, it's like it fucking
it's the same thing with like Sarah,
because it was like, for me, I grew up with mostly I would say the neighborhoods I grew up in were probably like 90% like black people. I would probably say 60% black people, maybe like 30% like Hispanic people, and then whatever was left over was like split between like Asians and like white people.
Where'd you grow up in? Fucking San Andreas?
Like
fucking...
Brooklyn. And then even when I came over here to fucking Florida, like it was mostly like black people and Hispanic people again. Like Sean was one of the only white people in our whole fucking school. And there's no Asian people here in Florida. You never find Asian people. So there's like one Asian person for every like 60 black people. So like it like, and being that he was redhead, he stuck out way more because there's only like 2 other redheaded people in the school of like only like 10 white people. So
they really fucking stuck out.
It really stuck out super fucking hard. But yeah, like legitimately, people could not fucking say my name my whole time growing up.
That's so
to
funny.
The point where I fucking hated my name when I was a kid.
Really?
It frustrated me so much because I remember getting into a fight with a girl and she was like, "What's your name?" And I go, "My name's Sean."
My name,
and she's like, "Oh, I'll spell it." And I don't even know how this fucking whole interaction occurred, but she started spelling my name on something. And I was like, "No, that's not how you spell my name."
Dumb
and
bitch.
She's like, "Yes, it is. My brother has the same name."
You gonna tell me how I spell
I was like, "Yeah, you gonna tell me how to spell my fucking name, bitch?" Like,
oh, you ignorant motherfucker.
Legitimately. And I was like, "No, this is how you spell my name." So I grabbed it and I spelled it. And she goes, "What, are you stupid?" And I was just like, "Fuck you, you're stupid." Like legit, I told her, I was like, "Fuck you, you're stupid." 'Cause I talked like that when I was a kid.
I believe it. I mean, you got a fucking potty mouth.
So I remember going to my dad and I was super serious about this.
Do you hate me, Dad? You think this is a game?
And I legitimately, and for anyone wondering, I'm in no way fucking Irish. So my dad just picked the name because he likes the name.
Right.
Like, we're not fucking that at all.
I thought you were Irish. It looks like it.
So basically I go to him and I was super serious about this. I was like, "Dad, honestly, man, like I just want to change my name." I'm like fucking 6.
Oh, Jesus
like
Christ.
I'm like a 6-year-old, dude. I'm like 6 years old and I come to him like very serious about it. I wasn't like crying or sad or anything.
Yeah,
I was talking to him like, imagine like 2 adults talking to each other. And my dad, in this moment, I got to give him credit because he totally completely took the whole thing seriously. As ridiculous as I presented it to him. Right. I was just like, mind you, I'm being 100% serious. I'm not fucking around at all. I go, I honestly, I just can't take it anymore. People can't spell my name. Like, I remember this shit clear as day. I remember the apartment he was living in and everything. And he's like, "Okay, I get it. Like, I totally understand where you're coming from." And I'm like, "Thank God." And he's like, "So what do you want your new name to be?" And I go,
"Frankenstein."
Good question.
Didn't think that far?
No, I knew it exactly. Okay. I'm like, "Good question. Buzz Lightyear."
I mean, that's a pretty solid name, actually.
And he looked at me and he went, eh.
Solid choice.
And he goes, "Okay, Buzz Lightyear." And
did he address you as Buzz?
And so he went and was making dinner that night or something like that. And I'm like watching cartoons and shit. And then later on in the day, he's like, "Buzz Lightyear." Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear. And you know how when you're a kid you say something and like an hour later you totally are just like, "Oh, I'm done with that bullshit." Yeah. I totally forgot that I said that to him. So I'm just like, why is he yelling Buzz Lightyear?
You're like, "What the fuck is wrong with my dad?" I
thought he was fucking retarded. He's like screaming Buzz Lightyear from the living room or some shit. So
that's fucking funny.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know how we got on this story.
Hates you.
Yeah, right.
He's there being a nice dad, fucking playing along with your bullshit games.
It's funny because Ginger-Shawn, he said that he ran into my dad at the grocery store like recently.
Right.
And they started talking about the podcast. And my dad goes, I think he said like, "Oh, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's just you guys. It's just not anything I'm interested in. The stuff you talk about."
Right.
And I'm like, "Well,
we had a couple conspiracy episodes."
No, but like, I mean, we talk about the stuff that's interesting to us.
No, right.
So it's just like,
I mean, realistically, it makes sense. I mean, he is an older gentleman.
Yeah, we mostly talk about a lot of pop culture shit.
Right. So it wouldn't make sense to him anyways. It's just, something he's not really following. Kind of like the Ellen DeGeneres thing that we're talking about earlier.
He's like, "I can't believe this Nick Cannon bullshit."
He's like, you heard about that snitch 6ix9ine?
Dude, both my parents are in their fucking 60s. Like, they don't know anything about any of this shit, dude. I had to explain to my mother how to download fucking Spotify like a couple weeks ago.
I know, she became our 3rd subscriber. Bless her heart.
No, yeah, seriously.
Let's see. We've been going for about an hour. I don't know if you got anything else. I got 1 or 2 more things we could talk about. Yeah,
sure, let's go for it.
It's more just on the entertainment side of things. I don't know if you had seen that they are coming out with a Chucky TV show.
Boo.
Yeah, it looks fucking awful.
Boo.
And I'm pretty sure it's on Sci-Fi, so that tells you right there where it's going to be. So I saw that, and I was just like, God,
What are they calling it? They're calling it like Child's Play.
I don't know. I think.
Did you see that fucking Child's Play movie that they did a couple years ago? No, like the remake that they made like 2 or 3 years ago. They remade Child's Play 1.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
And they had Mark Hamill on.
Okay, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I didn't see it. That I heard it was terrible.
It was a horrible movie.
Yeah,
like, god awful. First of all, he's not even possessed anymore.
Oh no, it was like some technology.
It's not
it was
fucking
like,
scary.
Yeah.
Like that whole aspect of like the fact that this deranged serial killer possesses your doll. Like I was saying to Benexi, the reason why Chucky still fucks me up to this day is because there's nothing scarier to present to a child when they're a kid. Right. The idea of a murder toy. Because what do kids love? Toys. What do they have? An abundance of toys when they go to sleep. What do you see the fucking shadows of on the wall? Fucking toys.
Oh yeah, dude, it is a fucked up fucking thing for a kid.
It is the most horrible thing you could fucking possibly do to a kid is show them a Chucky movie when they're under the age of like 8 years old.
And we watched those as kids.
Hell fucking yes, they fucked me up so bad. So
definitely,
literally, watching that new one, it was so bad. He's not possessed. It's like a technical error in the programming or something like that, causing the doll to like fucking kill people. Made no fucking sense. Stupid, just really dumb. It was so pointless. Just a pointless fucking movie, cash grab. Like really, like it wasted a whole. Why are you gonna have Mark Hamill come in to play Chucky and do all this shit just to waste him on such a terrible fucking movie?
And I saw like his voice in it, like the little clips I seen, it didn't seem bad. Like he's a really good voice actor.
Oh, he's great, dude.
So Joker, I mean, it was a good
animated
choice.
Series.
No, yeah, phenomenal.
God. I think he was the Joker in some of the Arkham games.
Yeah, I think.
I'm not sure if he was all of them. I think Troy Baker might have done 1 or 2, but
no, he's a phenomenal voice actor for sure.
Oh, he's fucking incredible. But yeah, just wasted it on that. And now I don't want to fucking see a Chucky TV show, dude.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna watch that.
Come on, that sounds fucking terrible.
No, I agree with you.
Even if you had like a high enough budget for it, I just don't see it sustaining itself like to be interesting enough for more than like unless you made it like a mini series that was like 3 episodes long. But then at that point, why wouldn't you just fucking make a movie? But then at that point, why wouldn't you just watch the original fucking movie?
That's the way
it's all stupid because you're just like, oh well, why don't we just do this instead of that? Well, then why don't we do this instead of that? Well, if we're gonna do that, then why don't we do this?
So
we're gonna get a TikTok director.
Yeah,
yeah, I love that. That's perfect.
And then another movie that I had seen, I haven't seen it yet, but it just popped up on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original. I think Project Power. It's got Jamie Foxx.
No, never.
Who else? That actor that played in Inception, Third Rock from the Sun. I can't think of his name.
What's
Love
it called? Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's the one. Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is his name?
Yeah, I know. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's in it as well. So basically, what it is there's this drug that's out there that you could take and you temporarily, gain powers, but you don't know. Like everyone's body is different, so it's like
different power.
Yeah, for everyone. So some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. Is it a different power
each time, or each person just gets the same power?
I'm not for sure. I only saw the trailer, and so
not a bad idea.
There's a detective, and he's trying to figure shit out because of all this, basically all these fucking people are getting these powers and fucking shit up. And but like they show some of the consequences. Like one guy takes the pill and his power is just like he just gets on fire and just fucking just dying, it looks like. He's just engulfed in flames. So like that would be the shittiest things, like, oh, let me take this fucking pill, I'll be super strong. And you're just like, why is everything hot? Oh my god.
See, I love stuff like that though. Like when I explained to you my whole comic book idea, I was running through like all of the different characters. I like when the abilities have consequences, not from just using them, but for the people that have them. And I don't mean just like physical, like deformities and stuff like that. I mean like legit, like
actual
consequences. You use this and it could damage your body, or like it hurts you and stuff like that. Like I had this idea for this character that like his skin creates like this coating over it to protect himself, but he can't control like how it covers him and stuff like that. So it, and he can't turn at the joints when it covers his joints, so it just makes his body like stiff and everywhere. But eventually it'll cover his mouth and his nose and everything, so if he doesn't stop doing it over time, he'll suffocate himself. It creates like a real interesting like dynamic when it comes to thinking about how like a character will fight and stuff.
No, for sure. Like if you had a character that was like the strongest person in the whole universe, but every time they punch something, a little bit of them just died. Like, you know, you'd be really cautious of how many times you pop it up.
You get more and more tarded.
By the end of the thing, you're fucking full TikToks.
I'm going into a coma.
Coma. Bones and concrete, baby. Bones
in the interest of staying with the whole entertainment thing, have you heard that people are upset about the Emmy nominations?
No, I've not heard anything about the Emmy nominations.
So I don't know who's nominated for what's nominated for who, any of that shit. I didn't look into it at all. I'm just fucking shocked that people still give a fuck about these stupid ass award shows. They've been on the decline for like the past like 20 years or something like that. People have been significantly stopped watching them, like a lot. Like,
well, there's always like some bullshit controversy that's paired up with it, like the people that they bring in as the main speakers. There's always some bullshit going around
like that.
With it.
What was the Kevin Hart thing? Like,
I don't even. It was a few years ago. Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't even give a fuck about that. But like, honestly, it's just that the people put so much, not faith, but like they have so much belief that these things have so much value and stuff like that, right? Like they need these awards to validate their own opinion about these movies and these actors and these actresses and stuff like that. I think most mainstream audiences don't realize that, like the film community, like the film community itself, the entertainment community, they actually don't respect these things at all. These award shows are not respected because
how fucking
the studios buy the awards for them. It's very well known that they buy the fucking awards by paying off the fucking the critics and stuff like that, the people who decide who get the fucking awards. Whatever studio has the most money and they think, okay, this award will be better for us to have. You know, they all divvy them up and stuff like that.
It's very political bullshit.
It's super political, and it also comes down to who the critics want to hang out with. Like if they want to hang out with you, they give you the fucking awards so that they can hang out with you. It's literally how it fucking works. Nobody respects it. And then on top of that, 90% of it is like actual talented people getting snubbed and not getting nominated.
Look at fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. That motherfucker didn't get shit.
Yeah, I think he got like what, one Emmy now? He finally has like one Emmy.
Like, and that was like
or an Oscar or something.
Yeah, I think it was an Oscar. But how many fucking years has that motherfucker been acting? And he does, you know, good movies. And I mean, I'm not saying every single one of his movies I like, but he's a good actor. You know,
but you have to think about it this way. Nobody really wants to hang out with somebody who talks about the environment all the fucking time. Like, that's a super bummer, dude. So that's why they're not nominating his dumbass.
That could be true.
That's exactly what it is. Like, nobody wants to go, let's pop bottles. And he's like, everybody collect the corks because a seal could get that and choke on, and you're like, oh,
Seal,
fuck.
Like the singer?
Yeah, exactly.
He's just in there on the yacht and he's choking.
And then Kanye's there. He's like, don't worry, y'all. I got my way to save the turtles. It's the straw that we use as a phone charger.
Dual purpose, baby. Bringing it all.
See, I'm bringing it back to the last episode, bro. Bring it back to the last episode. I'm on this shit, man.
On it like blue bonnet.
No, man,
baby.
but honestly, stop investing your time and energy into these fucking things that don't matter.
I mean, you're right.
When you look at these award shows, they don't actually know how any of this works, if you haven't noticed either. Like, what was it? That Bohemian Rhapsody movie, the Queen movie with that fucking thing won the award for best editing. And it's very well known that that movie had some of the worst editing of the entire year. There's whole clips on YouTube of like this one specific scene where there's like 100 and something cuts in like 30 seconds. It's just like da 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 da, and it is retarded. But like the way it works is that these critics don't actually know the qualities to making good films. So what they do is when they see specific things that are easily pointed out, when they
they're like, damn, who the fuck's this guy?
Oh yeah, man. No, but when they see these things that are like easily pointed out, like when you're just like, oh, there's a lot of color here, then they'll go, okay, well, this was good cinematography. Or if they see a lot of editing, they'll go, okay, this has good editing, because so they don't know what it takes to make these things good. So if you look, there's a trend of these things, and then every once in a while you'll go, oh, that person definitely deserved that award. That one definitely did, because sometimes it's undeniable when you see a film that's so good. There's no way that even an idiot like these fucking critics could miss it.
Yeah.
But just stop investing your fucking time into this shit, because they don't invest any effort into reviewing any of these things or picking the nominees or anything like that. It's super political. Everything is bought. It's a huge joke in Hollywood, the film buff community. Everyone who like knows about this shit does not watch it, and if they do watch it, they watch it ironically to make fun of it, because it's fucking stupid.
I love how
there's entire streams dedicated to people ironically watching the Emmys, the Oscars, all the VMAs, all of these things, because they're just like, look at this fucking joke. Look at the people. All the nominees are ridiculous. Yeah. Like, it's all the same people getting nominated. Like, you'll see like Drake win like 15 fucking awards in one night, and you're like, who wants to watch this?
Yeah, no, it's the same. It's basically, it's a popularity contest. Yeah. But not in the sense of, like, it should be more like you're saying, if the fucking movie itself is actually entertaining, if it fits these actual criterias, not who's in the movie and I want to fucking hang out with Freddie Mercury. That doesn't make sense. You should go based off of, is this movie? Be careful, bro. Make sure you don't have any open cuts. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I haven't heard anything about it just because I just don't give a fuck. I
heard people were mad about like this actor, this actress not getting this, not getting that, whatever. I don't care. Just definitely don't invest your time, your energy, or anything like that. If you know somebody who's super wrapped up in this shit, sit them down and explain to them that Santa Claus is not fucking real, because they're an 8-year-old. They're a fool. They're a fucking idiot if they think that this shit is legitimate. It's not.
Softball in the Tooth Fairy.
It's literally a joke amongst like Hollywood. Like, you know, when Ricky Gervais did his like fucking like all of his awards like hosting and stuff like that. He had like one of his jokes in his fucking thing was you know, we're all here to watch a room full of rich people see which one of your studios bought you the most awards, because that's how it worked. Right. And they all were just like,
no, his shit's always funny because he calls it out and he calls it the way it is.
Everyone fucking knows that's how it works. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, they know it. It's not like this secret or anything like that. It's mainstream audiences are just like, don't want to see the truth behind it, which is that Hollywood has always been fake. The industry is literally about creating fake events to portray them to you as being realistic. That's what those award shows are all about. Like, it's all make-believe. That's all fake too. You think that all those people are actually friends with each other when you see them posing for selfies with each other and shit like that?
Always. They're all best friends.
Like, they're all like, yeah, and then as soon as the picture, get the fuck off me, you stupid bitch. Everyone knows that the cast of Jordans? Cheers hated each other. Fucking Bob Saget and what's his name? John Stamos hated each other on Full House.
Did they?
Oh, you didn't know this? They had like this huge rivalry. They legit wouldn't fucking talk to each other on set. And they worked together for like 8 years.
I was like, yeah, they were fucking, that show was on for a good minute.
Dude, they hated each other. They would not speak with each other.
That's nuts.
I know, right? And then you think of the episodes where they have to hug and shit. Like, they're probably just like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, I got his fucking energy all over me. Piece of shit. Now I'm not going to get my Emmy. But, I mean, you got anything else to talk about, man? I'm pretty much all run through.
That's pretty much all I got to say.
All right, guys. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. I think this is a pretty good one. Yeah, no, it was all over the place, but it was really definitely good.
But it was very entertaining.
We talk about this all the time, which is if there aren't any interesting topics that we're personally passionate about to speak about in an upcoming episode, then like it's just going to be a bunch of random shit. So definitely get used to that, guys, because we can't make every episode like something where we can have this long, super informed conversation about that we're both super passionate about, or like we both have a lot of information to bring to the table or personal perspective or anything like that. When we do, we make episodes like that, you know, which is why the Nick Cannon, Kanye like episode did so well. The Johnny Depp, Amber Heard one,
the George Floyd stuff like that.
All of those things, because we were very personal about them. We had a lot of things to say about all of those situations.
Yeah. With that being said too, and we've said this before and we'll continue saying it, if you guys want to help us out, motherfuckers, throw some ideas, throw some topics of things that you are interested in, and maybe we might be interested in too. Because we're scrolling through
Twitter and like I'm on the news feeds of like Google and all these other outlets too, just looking for things to talk about. If something interesting enough comes up, I'm always just like, oh, I gotta talk about this. You know what I mean? Right. But if I see something kind of mildly interesting, I'll still say, okay, maybe I'll bring this up, but maybe not. You know, I'll think about it if I have anything more to say. But usually episodes go more like this, where it's just a bunch of random shit thrown all over the place, us cracking jokes at each other and fucking just being stupid. Yeah,
who can fucking make the other one laugh more?
Exactly. And that's 90% of our episodes. But then I think like it would be, it's probably like every 3 episodes is like that, and then that next 4th episode is probably like, oh, something happened. It's a big story, and we both have some type of personal interest in that story. So then we'll do an episode like that.
But honestly, I do like the balance between the two.
It's great. It would be too difficult if every single episode was like.
And that's what I had that conversation with Ginger-Shawn today, actually, where I told him not every episode is going to be big topics like the previous episode, the Nick Cannon and Kanye West, because those stories themselves were just so big. Everyone heard about them, regardless if you were interested in Kanye or Nick Cannon. We all
kind of had stuff to. We both had stuff to say about it, like legitimate.
So it's not going to always be like that.
Critiques, criticism, like just our own point of views and stuff like that on the subject. So yeah, if you guys have things that you think we might be interested in, feel free to comment them down below.
Right.
You can send us a DM on Twitter. You can send it on Facebook, on Instagram. You can leave it as a comment on our YouTube video, right?
And you can find us at Real Clean Closet.
At Real Clean Closet on Instagram, Twitter, and even on our Facebook. On Facebook, you can also find us by our full name, The Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast.
Hey, he got it this time.
Yeah, right? Or at Real Clean Closet. We also have a TikTok. We don't really use it for much except for like
getting degrees and learning.
Yeah, we're just trying to do the best we can to elevate our
education.
Yeah. We're really just trying to focus on like evolving ourselves to non-corporeal beings,
right?
So that we can move to the next stage of evolution and kind of leave this like world behind.
We want to be in the cloud. Basically, is what he's saying.
We're gonna be like
the cloud.
The beings from what's it called, Interstellar, where they thought it was aliens, but it turned out it was just people at the end from the future that no longer live in our dimension. They evolved to move to. I don't know if you understood the ending to Interstellar.
I actually,
but what it turned out was that well, I'm spoiling it for you now.
I wasn't planning on seeing it. To be honest.
They thought they were contacting like aliens and shit, but it turns out it was actually humans from the future who no longer live in our dimension. They live in the further dimension where they no longer have physical bodies.
Oh, wow.
And they're just energy, I guess. And so they were communicating through time, which they're able to bend because they live in a different dimension. And the ending kind of shits all over the movie because it's not a good ending.
No,
it's definitely not a good ending. It falls all over itself. But yeah, no, that's what we're trying to achieve here, basically. So anyway, guys, if you have anything you want to say to us, any recommendations for topics to talk about, anything like that at all,
yeah, get a hold of us.
Go ahead and leave a comment on the YouTube channel, the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere. We're on way more platforms than that. We just always plug.
Yeah.
We always plug YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
I mean, that's the ones that most people are on, right? And in all honesty, your best bet if you are trying to get a hold of us will probably be just commenting on YouTube. We're pretty active as far as commenting back.
I reply to like every single time somebody comments.
So yeah, I mean, that's probably honestly your best bet if you want to get a hold of us with topic ideas or anything.
I don't trust you people. We're going to get no interaction.
I know, probably not. It's all right. But we're going to put it out there and also put it out there. Like the videos, subscribe, and not only that, but tell your friends about it, dude. Seriously, if you enjoy the content that we're putting out, tell your fucking friend about it.
Tell your mom.
Your dad.
Tell your crackhead sister.
All of them. All the ones that Sean used to fuck. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to some of the first episodes. But yeah, I mean, guys, that's pretty much it.
Thanks for listening, and kiss your dad for us.
Gonna fucking end this. And we're stopping.